hello, hello. Hi. Hello, happy Tuesday, guys. How are y'all doing? Let me know how y'all doing in the comments. Hi, Mom. Happy Tuesday. Hello, hello. How are you? I hope you're having a great day. Hi, beautiful. How are you doing? Hi, Mom. I give people a couple more minutes. Hello, hello. That's my right hand man, Tika. Thank you for showing or coming to the show. This would not be this show without you, so thank you and I love you. Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I'll get started in a couple minutes. Alright guys, we will go ahead and get started. Alright. Welcome again. Thank you guys for tuning in today. If you're coming back, thank you. If this is your first time, thank you for showing up and being a part of this amazing show. I'm so thankful. Hi, Heather. I'm so thankful to have this platform to share to the world and be a light and have so many people who are lights be on this show. So if this is your first time, this show is based off of Matthew 5:14-16, which it says, "You are the light of the world, a city set on a hill that cannot be hidden. Nor do people light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a stand, and it gives light to all in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven." So this is what this show is all about. So I've had so many people on here, and the year is about to end. I cannot wait. We've done this. This is the third episode. So I am so blessed and I'm so honored. So before I tell who's coming on today, I want to say thank you so much to Devin, who was on the show 2 weeks ago, who told us so much about his business, what he's doing, how he's shining his light. So if you missed that show, please tune in on my IGTV lives. Go watch that show, or you can get on my YouTube channel and also watch that show as well. So tonight, I'm so excited. This is about to be a fun show. Morning, it might be a whole lot of laughing because Kenyan and me, we just act up, and that's just his personality. So I'm so excited to have him on the show. So without further ado, I'm going to add him on now. And you guys will
pretty good. How are
I'm
you? How are
great.
you?
Oh, hi. Hello. Thank you guys for tuning in. Kenyan, please tell us who you are, where you from. Let's jump into it. This is about to
First and foremost, my name is Kenyan Richardson. I am from Liberty County, Georgia. So, if you don't know about Liberty County, it's probably about 35 minutes south of Savannah. I grew up there. I moved to the Metro Atlanta area to go to school, and I am now currently K Rich, the realtor, as I like to call myself from time to time, if you know what I mean.
what? What you say?
I like to call
Hello?
myself K Rich, the
Okay,
realtor.
period. Okay. Hello, everybody.
Because the
Yes,
one thing about it, that's me.
yes, absolutely. So, Kenyan, are you ready to jump in? First question.
I'm a
Why
little
are you
scared.
scared?
I'm a
You
little
should not be
scared.
scared. This just think about we're on FaceTime and we're just having the time of our lives like usual. Okay?
Well, Joe, do we have enough time for that? Do we have enough
I
time
know
for
they
that?
ain't ready. They not ready. So first question. Look, you already know I'm about to
Ah!
act up. First question to you, Kenyan, is let's get into the highs and lows.
What is
Let's get into the highs and what we got going on tonight. What you got going on over there?
You know, from the high end and the low end, we like to say, from the high end, I give looks, I give face, baby, because this face is priceless. You know what I'm saying? I really just have on an express top, and I just have some shorts on. You know, watch my story so you can see what I
Okay.
really look like.
You
You know what
heard
I'm
it here,
saying?
folks.
But don't get out the live. Don't get out the live. Don't get out the
Stop.
live. Not
You
yet.
heard it here, folks. Okay. Kenyan is killing tonight. He's killing because baby out here stepping,
That's
okay?
right.
He serves all the looks. All the looks. Kenyan serves, okay?
I try to serve just what I can, you know, just enough. Just
Just
not too
enough.
much, but just
Just
enough. You
enough.
know what I'm saying?
So how did you come into real estate, Kenyan? And how long have you been doing this?
It's crazy how I got into real estate. I actually took a real estate class in college. However, that real estate class kind of like really coincided as a marketing class, so I really took nothing of it. I was like, I'm gonna get this credit and I'm going to buy my business, okay? And that was that. So fast forward to probably about 2020. In January 2020, I used to work for this company. At the time, they were doing layoffs, and when they did layoffs, they shut down one whole office, let people go from the Atlanta office and the Chicago office. However, I was one of those people that got let go. And so that Friday, I got my papers and was like, oh, sorry, we don't need you here. That Monday, I was enrolled into classes so I can kind of get into real estate classes. So right before the pandemic hit, that February of 2020, I started taking real estate classes because it was something that I was like, you know, this is a sales job. It's a personality job. It's a
Yeah.
people job. And I like people. I like to talk. You know, I can really join in. I can kiki. I can
Yeah.
kind of get along with just about anybody. So I was like, you know, let me kind of get into real estate. So February 2020 is when I started the classes, but obviously COVID hit May 2020. That kind of like halted the plans and stuff like that. So I really didn't get my license until September 2020. So I've been doing
Wow.
it for a little
Only
over 2
2
years now.
years. Hey, that's amazing.
Only
You
2 years.
act like you've
Yeah,
been
I
in this
know.
in the
Only two
game for
years.
so long.
Okay, but I don't want that to make it seem like I don't know
Oh
anything.
yeah.
I don't want that to make it seem like that I lack knowledge. You know, I'm definitely backed by amazing brokers that you know can intensify the knowledge that I have. Me, I like to kind of like always take continuing education classes from when it's required. And you know, for me, it's just like it always puts me on. You know, what's next? What's this? What's that? So you know,
Okay,
I know
that's
a lot.
amazing, King. So what did you go to school for? Like,
I went to school for business management and human resources. So I went to school for business
wow,
management.
that's
Yes, ma'am.
amazing. So working with you and being your friend, I have noticed that you're a very hard worker. So how many houses did you sell in your first year of real estate versus today, like this year?
My first year in real estate, I sold one house. It was a condo. I remember the sale. It was a condo. I sold one. I remember going and like they were asking like, "Oh, what is this?" And I was like, I know it," but I really wasn't confident in myself. So that first year, it kind of really took me some time to really get confident with who I was as far as like with the position that I've had. I've always told myself that, well, in that beginning phase, I always thought to myself, like, what are you
Yeah.
doing? You just learned this. Like, you just learned this in the class. So, like, I just couldn't regurgitate it or just be with people when they like, oh, ask, what about this, X, Y, and Z. I just was not really confident in myself. So I sold one house my first year in real estate. Up in that, like now, currently, I actually have a closing schedule to. I actually have a closing schedule for next week. And I'm just waiting on. Thank you. I'm just waiting on the clear to close to come. But then that'll put me at 8 for the year. So, making my progressions slowly
That's
but
how you
surely.
do it, okay? That's how. Would you encourage
That's what you
people
got to
to
do.
get into real estate? I know it's a major thing now that everybody wants to be in. Like, what's your, input about it? Would you say this is something that, a lot of people should get involved in? Or how do you feel? How do you feel about it?
I personally think that it's a personality thing when it comes to real estate. Real estate is
Yeah.
really a people's person's business. So with that being said, if you have the personality want to jump in and do real estate, I definitely recommend you to do it. Because at the end of the day, it's just like it's something that, somebody can't take from you. Once you get your license, can nobody take that from you? When I got laid off in corporate America, I was like, God dang, y'all really took my check. There ain't really nothing I can do about it because, I was on their dime, so they could cut me loose whenever they wanted to. So, if you decide to get into real estate, I definitely recommend doing it. If you're going to do it, do it. No shortcuts. You definitely got to market yourself. It's you, me. All I can say is my business is me. And
Yes.
what you see is what you get. So, it's definitely all merging
Yes.
itself
We
out there
love
for
it.
sure.
Yes. Bree said growth. We love to see it. Okay.
Oh, we
Facts,
getting there.
facts.
We getting
So,
there.
what is
Thank
your
you.
5-year goal? Like, do you have a plan on getting your broker's license? Like, what's your goal in 5 years, Kenyan?
So within the next 5 years, I do plan on getting my broker's license. In order to get your broker's license, you have to be a licensed realtor for 3 of the previous 5 years. So, if you do it, if you're active the first 3 years of getting your license, you can get your broker's license at 3 years in. Obviously, you have to take a 60-hour course and, take a test and everything like that. But that is something that I do plan on doing. I've gotten it a lot of times, or I've gotten it a few times where people will literally call me and be like, oh, can you help me out with
Mm-hmm.
this? And I'm like, you calling me? We've been in the game the same amount of time. But it's always been something that people always say, you're really good with people and you're really good broker support. And so I felt that, like, I'm going to go ahead and get my license, regardless if I hang myself up as a associate broker,
Yeah.
meaning that I don't open my own brokerage. I can always be an associate broker as long as I have my broker's license. I mean, it's the same thing. So I do plan on getting my broker's license soon. And, within the next 5 years, hoping to be,
Hello.
a top producing
Okay,
agent
Charmin has
again.
entered the building. We have Charmin has entered. Okay, hi
Don't give
Charmin.
him too much attention.
Look,
Do
he
not give
said,
him
okay,
too much
5 year
attention.
5 year goals. Okay, let them know. Let them know.
Yes, I am going to be.
He'll do it.
I'm gonna do
Okay.
it. I'm gonna do it.
So, do
I'm gonna
you
do it.
feel?
Oh, Bree said, get my license in
Uh,
Dallas. Come on, Texas.
yeah,
Ooh,
let's get into these
come on,
comments. They
Texas.
are going in. Okay.
Yes, between Texas, I have some people that I know in Florida, so I might get my license in Florida. I have, family in Florida as well. So, I am definitely looking to expand on getting my
That's
license other
amazing.
places
That's
outside
a
of
great
Georgia.
question, Bree. Yes. So you said Florida and where else?
Yeah. Well, Bree definitely told me Texas, so Texas for sure. Um,
I
I
was
kind of
gonna
want to
say,
go to
man,
LA.
you getting
I
off
kind of want
one.
to. I kind of want to get my
You
license
are
in
leaving off one, baby. We
Cali.
got to go. We got to LA.
I kind of want to get my license in Cali because real estate in Cali
But
is
that's
different.
Queen.
Real estate in Cali is
Queen.
different. So
And we got to,
okay. I watch Selling Sunset, Million Dollar Listing,
okay.
everything. Those are my shows. Okay, I'm like, oh, that's gonna be me one day. I'm gonna be out there walking around, showing the houses like,
Yeah.
oh, look at this, look
Yes.
at that.
So do you feel like, while we're talking about, do you feel
Yes.
like the market is really as bad as people, say it is? And what is your true advice when it comes to like buying or selling houses at this time? And do you honestly keep it real with like your clients, especially like during this time? I'm just hearing so many horror stories. With the platform's yours, be honest with us. How do you feel about it?
To be honest, people are still buying and people are still selling. The market is not stopping. I think that if you have what it takes to purchase now, I will purchase now. If you don't, definitely wait. Your time will definitely come. For the ones who are purchasing now and the ones who are selling now, the time is, they said the time is the best. I can't remember who said it, but the best time to sell or buy real estate is right now for the next 5 years. Right now, homes are probably sitting on the market a little bit longer, but that's
Yeah.
because interest rates are a little bit high. Because interest rates are a little bit high, that's something that can kind of bounce off with inflation. So that means that homes are sitting on the market a little bit higher for those higher price point homes due to the fact that interest rates are a little bit higher. Not too many people can afford what they thought they could afford. At the beginning of this year, you could have gotten a $300,000 home and interest rate could have been 2%, 3%. Your payments would have been $1,700, $1,800. I'm not even gonna lie, that's less than my rent. And I wish I would have bought it then. Right now, I'm trying to buy a $300,000 home with a 7%, 8% interest rate. You're at about $2,700 a month. So, the perfect time to buy is now. Interest rates have gone up since January. I've always said marry the house, date the rate, because if you find a house, you move in the house, you love it. Interest rates change for the better for you. If interest rates go down, you can always refinance. So, I'm always going to say the best time to purchase or sell real
Wow.
estate is right now.
So you
Yeah,
are.
and I'm very honest
That's
with my clients. I'm upfront. I'm honest. Me and my clients, we joke around. I treat my clients like family. Like we'll be on the phone, like me and my clients, we have group text messages. I'm in group text messages between both spouses. If it is a co-partner, I mean a applicant thing. A lot of the
yeah.
times we joke around all the time.
Yes, they
We
say
joke
keep
around
it
all the
real
time.
at all times. Exactly. I feel that because do you feel like people are gonna be? I know some of my friends are shopping and looking. It's just a lot going on, and I keep hearing a lot of people will be upside down eventually. Like that's a scare, I guess, for a lot of people. How you still say what you
Well,
say? Marry the house. Yes,
marry the house and date the rate.
you still.
Yeah, you got to marry the house and date the rate. Now, as far as like people being upside down, I'm not too sure about that one. Home values are still scheduled based off of what data shows and statistics shows. Home value shows that home prices are still scheduled to appreciate. They're just not going to
Yeah,
appreciate at a more rapid rate. Year over year, via last year, based off of year over year, home values probably increased at about 12, 13%. This upcoming year, it may only appreciate at a 3% or 4% year over year. So you're not going to see that $10,000, $15,000 in equity that you see,
yeah,
that you saw for the last like year and a half, 2 years. Your home value, you may have bought the house for $300,000, and last year if you would have bought, house probably could have been worth 315. This year, if you bought a $300,000 house, it might be worth 304 next year. However, it's still appreciating. So at the end of the day, how are you
you
really
have a
doing?
point.
Yeah.
So, moving on, because I was in the field with you, I clearly saw that you're very hands-on, and honey, you are good with the camera and
Oh yes.
videos. Okay. So have you ever thought about doing something like in the film industry? Like, is this a passion, a hidden passion that you have? Because baby, when you be like, I mean, listen, y'all, I've been in the house with Kenyan, and I mean, we be dipping, like, just getting low. I'm like, honey, have you done this before? Like, did you do before this? Is this like a passion that you have, like, you know, that you want to get into, or is real estate it for you?
I'm gonna say that I just like what I like, and it may be a hidden passion for me. It's just not something I really tapped into. Like I use my phone for a lot of things. And so I'm like, I spent all this money on my phone. I'm going to maximize, I'm going to utilize my phone. So I don't think that for me personally, I think that I underball myself and I underestimate myself when it comes to, the film industry or anything like that, due to the fact that, I've had people reach out to me and say, hey, can you come help me out with a video, X, Y, and Z? And I'm
Yes,
like,
you
I
are.
ain't even that good. So maybe I really just need to like tap into it. A lot of people like, you need to do this. Like, at the end of the day, they can't, like with real estate, you can't have too many jobs. So, I might pick up film. It might be good for me, especially it'll definitely help me out because, I can use
Absolutely.
myself as practice. So
I am here
I
for
don't
it.
know
Let's
yet.
do it, Kenyan, okay? So Bree has a question. Do you see it? With how the market currently is and expected to be within the next few years, do you recommend homeowners looking for the next home to rent out their current homes for income, or is it better to sell?
I'm going to always say, keep your things and add to your portfolio. Real estate is wealth. Real estate is your asset. That's going to be the fastest way that you can create generational wealth. So I'm never going to tell you to sell your property. Unless obviously everybody's situation is a little bit different, but if you can turn your unit into an income producing unit, you're setting yourself up for the future, because at the end of the day, what a lot of people, like, say for instance, you got a property, and one thing that people really sleep on is turning your property into a Section 8 proven property. If you turn your property into a Section 8 proven property, you got consistent income through the government every month. So when COVID hit, when people that didn't have Section 8 property tenants, it was a halt on rent for some people for quite some time. But with the state, the state gonna help.
That be rough,
So
Kenyan. That be
like,
rough. You don't think?
it can be rough. It can be rough. However, it could also be good too. It could also be good too. So, Section 8 tenants typically don't leave because they're like, why would I? Hypothetically speaking, you increase rent as the market, goes up. Okay, it's gonna still be covered. So, definitely add on to your portfolio. There's a lot of different things that you can do. Once you can get a lease that can kind of offset, your DTI. You can put your property in an LLC. It goes deep. So
Yes,
I definitely
sir.
recommend it.
So how do you stay connected with your past clients to like ensure you maintain loyalty? I know you said like you have your group chats, you constantly talk to them. Like, is that the only?
So I have a system that allows me to keep in contact with my clients. Also, I just reach out because sometimes a lot of times I'm really just a people's person. So like this upcoming season, I know it is holiday season.
Yes.
I like to cook. So I'm actually going to be I'm going to be making sweet potato pies and delivering it to my clients that's in the metro Atlanta
That's so
area.
sweet.
So, sometimes like it was a few weeks ago, I was in the neighborhood of where I had sold a property. And I was just in the neighborhood. I stopped by Publix and bought some flowers and I just delivered it to the house. And I was like, hey y'all, it's been a minute. Just wanted to check in on the baby.
I love you so much.
So I just typically like to do those drive-bys.
You are so thoughtful.
Oh,
like you are so thoughtful, and I love that about you. I feel like that is something that your clients really hold on to. It is Southern hospitality. Like you got it all day long, all day long, and that's why I love you so much. Like, and that really is genuine. It's not just like you're doing this for the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that. You are just a really genuine person, and I just love that. That's so sweet.
Yeah, so that's what I'm planning on doing this holiday season. So, I really do like to keep in contact. Like I had one of my clients from Warner Robins, after we closed on the property, her birthday was like the following week or something like that. And, I told her I made peach cobbler. So she was coming to Atlanta and she was like, can you make me some peach cobbler? I said, of course, why not?
You already know how I feel about the peach cobbler. Let's not even talk about it. You already know how I feel. We can't even go get into it right now, guys. Listen, peach cobbler is made from scratch.
I just want you to talk about
Maybe
peach
when
cobbler
I
real
tell
quick.
you it busts down. Period. In a discussion, okay? In a discussion. So, with the intensity of searching for clients, like your client's perfect home, do you take this information as in like when it comes to your gifts? I know a lot of realtors, some do it, some don't. How do you go about like your thankful gifts? I know you do like your drop-bys with flowers and stuff, but how do you do that? Or do you do it?
Um, So I try to stay within a budget for my closings as far as like closing gifts and stuff like that. So a lot of the times, because I do understand that home buying is a luxury. Minority home ownership is less than 50% in the United States. So I understand that sometimes getting to the closing table is hard work. And, because I want people to feel as though that they were rewarded for their hard work, anything that sometimes I'd be like, oh, what I got going on, how I can kind of incorporate something. But a lot of the time it's just like my gifts are very thoughtful as far as like what I give, but I want people to understand that people always say, oh, um, I always say that home buying is a luxury. People always be like, oh, it's a luxury experience and all this other stuff. Oh, luxury is not just a price point. Luxury is the mindset. Purchasing a home is a luxury thing, and so I like to create or I like to generate luxury home buying experiences. So regardless, that comes down to how we interact on a day to day basis. Even to the fact of a closing gift. So it really depends on the people. It depends on a
Absolutely.
couple
Shout
different
out to
things.
our
So
girl Flame. I have
yes.
it right here burning. I don't know if y'all
Oh,
can see it. Let me. Yes, Flame.
okay.
Bring
Come on,
definitely have
Flame.
the
Now
candles.
those
So
candles.
check her out.
Now Flame that definitely helped me out. Flame definitely helped me out. Flame Candle Co. definitely helped me
Flame,
out on one of my recent closings. I got my client. My client loved candles, and so I just knew
hello,
what other candle to go with than Flame
hello.
Candle. I got a box of candles, and I also got her some roses. And so Flame Candle Co.
Luxury,
is
baby.
now that's
Okay,
luxury.
what we do, we
That's
support our
luxury.
friends around here.
Okay.
So you guys go check out her candles because they
Period.
are just magnificent. Okay. Yes,
Period. Yes. Now that is a luxury candle brand. That is a
luxury.
luxury hand poured soy
Okay.
wax candle. Okay. Hand poured. She take her time with those. Sometimes you can tell when some people be rushing and
Everything is
stuff, but she take
level.
her time with those. You
Everything is
smell it all the
level,
way down
baby.
to the
And that
end.
scent lasts all day long.
Mm.
Let's not. Let's not.
Listen, now I want to give y'all a little hint. She probably gonna be mad at me, but what I do is I freeze my candles before I burn them because
Wait,
they burn a
I
little
ain't know that you
slower.
put me on.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. You said you freeze your candle.
I freeze my candles before I burn them because they burn a
You
little
done put
slower.
me on to
Yeah.
something. Listen, and I just bought two
Ah,
flame
ah.
candles over the weekend. So, Bree, they going in the
Listen,
freezer.
they smell
They're
so
going in
good. The
the
thing
freezer.
about it, they smell so good. I'd be so mad because I'd be like, I don't want to burn this
Yeah.
out. I don't want to burn it out, but I don't want to turn it off. So like I get in the habit of like, oh, I'm lighting the candle in the morning. Next thing you know, it's 6 o'clock, and I'm like, dang, I ain't blow the candle out yet. So
Wow. I did not know that.
that's
You
my
have
thing.
put me on. Look,
I'm
no,
tired of putting you
we
girls
love you
on.
for putting us on. We love you for putting us on. Speaking of putting us on, you put me on in the kitchen, okay? Let's just give you your flowers right now.
Ooh.
Because
With
Kenyan is
what?
a
Oh,
beast.
with what? With
Kenyan is a
what? Tell
beast
me
in the
what I
kitchen.
did.
We all know that. You can see in the comments people talking about his peach cobbler. Honey, we had a Friendsgiving over the weekend, and Kenyan cooked half the food. And when I say it busts down, mac and cheese, dressing, I mean, what am I missing? What am I missing?
I made dressing, macaroni and cheese, collard greens. I made sweet potato pie, and I made peach
Listen,
cobbler.
y'all, it's so I'm not even exaggerating. I'm not even just like, I'm not even one of them. I'm real. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I had to get your validation because that first time you just looked like
That's,
you was a food critic. I was like, oh, she one of the girls I got to
that's
impress.
me, baby. I can taste all day long. When I tell you Kenyan food is one for the books. I mean, mama, grandma, whoever taught you, we about to get in that. We know you're an amazing cook. So, is everyone in your family a great cook, or like, do you have somebody like me who you have to like assign cups, plates, silverware, or is this just like a thing in your family? Everybody just can cook.
I'm not gonna say everybody can cook, but I'm not gonna say everybody can't cook. So the thing about it is like my mom, my grandma, like we have like functions and events all the time, and my grandma and my mom, they just do all
Okay.
the cooking, or they do majority of the cooking. And so a lot of the time it's just like I was in the kitchen helping because my mom and my grandma would take on this task of wanting to cook everything. We used to have Sunday dinner at the house every
Oh,
third Sunday or something. And then we used to
yeah.
have like any holiday, Halloween, not Halloween, Christmas, New Year's, Thanksgiving, all the events and stuff would be at our house. And so my grandma used to be like, "You need to come in here and peel potatoes," and I'm like, "What?" So like so I used to clean collard greens and everything like that. So when I moved away, when I moved away from college, I was like, who's gonna cook? I'm used to
Yeah.
getting Sunday meals. I'm like, what? So because I was in the kitchen, in that time, and it's no problem for me to get on the phone. It's like, how you cook this? And the thing about it is, I really don't. My family, they don't measure anything. They just be like, you just do some of this, you do some of that. So
You really
I really
do.
cook by eye. I'd be like,
Really do.
this look like this might be good. This looks like this is enough. So yeah, that's kind of how I got to cooking. So my mom and my grandma, they really do all the cooking. I call my grandma this weekend. And I was like, I need to make dressing for the first time. I said, because I'm not eating no dressing out of
Now,
the box.
hold up, pause. Wait a
So my
minute,
grandma was like,
pause.
you do this?
This is your first time making that dressing? Hey,
Oh yeah, it was
stop
my first time
lying
making the
right now on
dressing.
live. Stop lying. That was your
No,
first
I
time?
swear,
I
hold on.
thought
It's
this
my
was
mama on this
something
side.
Kenyan does.
Yeah. Oh, making the dressing was definitely the first time, but the macaroni and cheese, the greens, the sweet potato, the peach cobbler, everything else. I do that all the time. Like, I made that. That one time I had speckled butter beans and okra, and
Hold up.
like I
I
just.
am impressed because I told you before I even touched your dressing, I said, where's the cranberry sauce? Because I am a girl that
Oh,
loves dressing and got to have my cranberry sauce. Everybody already knows that about me, right? So check this.
I
Hold on.
was
Check
like
this.
cranberry sauce. I
Check
was like,
this.
who eats that?
Kenyon's dressing. I didn't even have to have any cranberry sauce. And this is your first time making it? I'm blowed. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that was my
Kenyan.
first time.
Okay, so are you gonna have like a food
It was
truck, or
good.
are you gonna like do anything food, or is this something you just like to do for friends and family?
This is stuff that I like to do, for friends and family. That's my mama's other vision. My mama was like, "Oh, we
Not
gotta get a
mama's
food truck. We gotta get a food truck."
stop.
I'm like, no. She was like, because I remember like when I was in college and when I was in high school, and then I went to college. I went to college and I was working at Arby's, and so I was a shift manager, and so I was say certified. And so my mom was like, "Oh, we're gonna get a restaurant. You're gonna come be the manager." No, I'm not, sis. What are you talking about? So I don't know about a food truck or anything like that, but
I feel
that's
it,
not
but
me.
honey, the world needs to taste this food. I mean, like, I guess you just love your friends and family hyping you because, and we're not even just hyping him, y'all. This is factual. Like, this is fact.
I like the honest feedback though, because like I think I'm my worst critic, and then seeing everybody smiles in their face. Dang, I wish seeing everybody smiles in my face, I sit back and I'd be like, "Ooh,
It's real life
they
shit.
love it."
Look,
It just gas. Like honestly, y'all don't even gas me up based off. I see when y'all be eating. No,
now
that's all the gas I need.
look. Make sure my closing gift is covered.
It's peach cobbler and chicken.
Listen, Bree is
What?
crazy.
There would be no footage of that, but
Hello,
I
she
got
wants
you.
the mac and cheese. Oh no, the peach cobbler and the chicken. Okay. And go ahead and make some of that mac and
You
cheese
got
for
it. Yeah.
me. Okay. Listen,
It's so crazy. I probably should have been
that's what
selling
I'm
like little
saying.
side dishes
That's
for
what I'm
people
saying. Can
for the
you
holidays.
do it? Get into the coin. Get into the coin. Because
Mama, like if my mom was on here right now, she would probably be like, yeah, because like my mom is a hustler. Like, like at any time we will have dinner sales. Like, oh yeah, that's why we'll have dinner sales just like for fundraiser events and stuff like that. Like, it was at a point where we would have a dinner. I think we had a dinner sale once a month. People would call me like, "When next time you're having a dinner sale?" And so,
And tap into it
yeah,
because the food go crazy
yeah,
every time. So
every
with
time.
Thanksgiving being what, we're 2 days away. Tell me what you are thankful
Uh-huh.
for, Kenyan. What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for life. I'm thankful for the opportunity. I'm thankful for a lot of things. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for a positive support system. I'm thankful for my friends. I'm thankful for a lot of things. It's like I can't even name a lot of things. But definitely first and foremost, like, I love my mom. I love my family. I love God. And so those are definitely the main things or,
Absolutely.
people
Tell
that
people.
I
You
am
better tell
thankful
the
for right
people.
now. Listen, for a second, I was about to say, pour me some wine or something. But I said, she started this off with the scripture, baby. So I'm going to stick to my core. I'm going to
Kenyan,
stick to the
stop.
water.
Stop your mess right now. Look, we love God over here, okay? Not ashamed. Not ashamed.
We do.
Okay,
We
you gotta,
do.
what is this?
Yes. Oh, my God, Lexi, I love you. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, that's so sweet, Kenyan. So sweet. So, last question. Ken, you ready? So, in a world full of
I'm ready.
darkness, how is it that you show your light and maintain humility?
I understand that I'm not the first person out here doing it. I understand that I have predecessors before me. I understand that there's somebody doing that better than me. I understand that I'm not the best one out there. So I'm just thankful for where I am. And so that helps me understand. I mean, that keeps me grounded because it's just like, at any moment, it's like you can look to your left or you can look to your right. And you can see somebody doing it better than you. So that's definitely what keeps me grounded. And of course, I have, family and friends that's like, all right, don't get the big head. I have friends like Sharman that want to go back and forth with me every now and then. But, it's a fun kiki every time, every now and then. I have, an amazing support system. My mom, my sisters, Jackie, like all my friends, Lexi, Bree. I love everybody. I love y'all. So, like, I have an amazing support system. And that's definitely what keeps me grounded.
I love it. I love it. So,
Yes.
we do this on the show,
Yes.
Kenyan. I have a word, and I want you to just tell me how you feel about this word, whatever. The platform is yours. The word is patience.
Patience. Patience is definitely something that you have to have in this industry. One of my first transactions have definitely humbled me. And I will say this. I worked with a client for a little over a year for us to find a property. And it was my duty that I found these clients' properties because at the end of the day, like the connection that we built, it was like when we had a connection, it was like, we were seeking a realtor. We understood that, our situation was what it was, but we have gotten blown off and everything like that. So I understood, what they were going through. And so I understood that I don't want anybody to kind of go through this process feeling alone. I don't want anybody to go through this process not learning anything. And I pride myself on being very patient and, walking us through the things, walking us through this until the very end. So patience is definitely something that you have to have in this industry if you definitely want to get into this because, every transaction ain't the easiest. A lot of times you see people celebrating the closing table because you don't understand what has
Closing
happened to
table.
get to the closing table, baby. You don't know. So, I do think that patience is definitely, what is that? Patience is a virtue,
Come
baby.
on
Patience is
now.
definitely a virtue.
Yes, Kenyan. So tell us
Yes.
where we can follow you, where we can come and send our friends, family, if they're looking to sell or buy a home. Where do we need to go?
Feel free to follow me on Instagram at k.rich, not the realtor. I always say that when I be talking, but it's k.rich realtor on Instagram. My name is Kenyan, Kenyan Richardson, the common spelling. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram. You want to get in contact with me, DMs is typically probably not the best. I will say that because some DMs go to what is it? The hidden. Um, so I would definitely say, click the link in the bio or, send me an email. You can shoot me a text. That's a little bit better. My phone number is 404-821-4784. All this is linked in my bio. So if you have any questions, concerns, or if you want to know more, or you want to learn about the home buying or the home selling process, definitely give me a call because
Love
I'm here.
that. Kenyan, yes. So, guys, if you're not following him already, please, right now, go to his page and follow
Please
him.
do.
He's
And like a few things. Let me know that you're
let
there.
let him know you're
I'll follow
there.
you
Let him
back.
know you're
Okay.
listening. Let him know you okay, because he
Okay.
takes his job very seriously. And I've witnessed it. Like I've been
Yes.
out in the field with Kenyan, and he's such a hard worker. Like seriously.
Oh, you definitely got to release some of the hidden footage
You
that
know it's
behind that
coming. It's on the
BTS.
way. It's on the way this
It
week.
is coming.
Okay, this
It
week.
is
I'm gonna give you
coming.
guys.
I don't even know. What the BTS you got. I don't even know about the
It's
BTS.
coming.
I
But
just know you
guys,
got me a
please
few
go
times.
follow him. If you're looking for a house, you're trying to sell your house, your grandma needs a new house, your aunts, uncles, cousins,
Okay.
whoever, best friend, baby daddy, baby
You
mama,
know.
children, whoever.
Oh, just leave the
If you
drama.
need a house, need to sell one, please reach out to my friend. Oh my gosh, he's so amazing at what he does. And I just want to say, I'm so
Thank
proud
you.
of you,
Thank you.
Kenyan. I'm so proud of the growth and
Thank
just
you.
finally meeting you and seeing where you are now in your business and what you got going on. It's just beautiful to watch. I love the growth. I love the
Thank you.
food. I love our friendship. Okay.
I
And
just love
I'm
everything
just so
about us.
proud.
I just love it all. Thank you
I'm
so
just so
much for
proud
loving
of you.
me. Thank you.
Of
Thank
course.
you. I really appreciate it. I love you too. I love the opportunity. Joe, you are such a good time. When first time I met you, I was like, oh, she's a key. I love it.
Yes,
She's a
thank you,
key.
thank you.
She
So
is a
guys, follow
key.
him. And if you're not following me, go ahead and like that button. And also, I am doing I have something going on in DC. If you haven't seen my story, if you want to sponsor a child for $25, please let me know. It's a great cause. And I'm also doing something for the homeless here in Atlanta in January. So if you want to be a part of that, please send me a message. If you have any lightly used coats, any lightly used gloves, anything, lotion, toothbrushes, toothpaste, anything of that nature, I will be getting those things down there to them in January. So if you want to be a part, let me know. And Kenyan, I love you so much. And thank you so much for being on the
I love
show.
you
You guys
too.
have a
You're absolutely
wonderful
welcome. Thank you.
Tuesday. Um, wait, Kenyan,
Good
before
night,
we,
guys.
I think you have a comment on here. Make sure you've answered all the comments. Bree said Georgia is blessed to have a realtor like you because some realtors only see the relationship as transactional, and you intentionally make it personal beyond just the dollar. Absolutely. See, that's what
Oh, I
I'm
ain't
saying. We
even
gotta
see
make
that
sure we
one.
gotta
Come
make sure
on,
we
that
hit
is cute.
everything.
Thank you.
Any more questions, guys?
Um,
I think we hit everything, Kenya. That
okay. Well, yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, if anybody have any questions or anything like that, feel free to if you decide to DM me, follow me first so
yeah.
that it'll come into my primary. Or just reach out to me, and by just clicking the link in the bio. So if you got any questions, concerns, or if you have anything that you just want to get some insight on, feel free to contact me today. I mean tomorrow, but today because this is going to be recorded and this is going to be posted. So
Today,
contact me today.
okay? Go follow him. And guys, God bless your business. God bless you, Kenyan. I love you. And good night, everybody. Have a good night. Bye.
I love you too. Good night. See you guys later.